Good show, Commander. Bloody well done. Those assault destroyers you just reclaimed are going to be very useful in taking down those island fortresses.
Sir, Premier Chudenko is on the line.
Put him through, Lieutenant. Gentlemen.
Field Marshal Bingham, I wanted to personally thank you for all your efforts in making this partnership successful.
Well, that's appreciated, but you should thank our commander here. He's the one who led the assault on Gibraltar.
It is indeed a pleasure, Commander. I hope you were satisfied with Natasha's contribution on the battlefield. She's one of our finest.
Yes, well, we're going to need Natasha and every other resource at your command if we're going to take down that floating fortress in the North Atlantic.
I concur. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you. This menace has put a chokehold on all naval movement in the North Sea. But with our assault destroyers and the help of the Soviets, we might just have a chance. Godspeed, Commander.
Hello there, and welcome to part 14 of Red Alert 3. Now, if you've been watching my previous video, then you would know that this mission takes me a long time to do. It is embarrassing how long it took me to do, but the key principle remains the same for all the strategies that have ever been discussed for this mission, and that is control of the waterway is essential. Now, you find that out pretty fast if you don't know it already. But the Rising Sun has 4 naval bases, 2 on the southern end of the fortress and 2 on the eastern end. Destruction of these is pretty much essential for control of the entire map. If you can't control the waterways, you lose. They keep producing cruisers and Shogun battleships that will tear your pace to pieces. So it is recommended that you build aircraft, which I do here. But the reason why this took me so long is because I didn't have enough resources to build and defend at the same time. So when I put my strategy into defense, I left off no reason for offense, so I didn't do that. So I put all my resources into my offensive capabilities, and also to get the bomber, the sentry bombers, you need to have the maximum clearance, which costs a lot of money and a lot of time. So if you know how to balance your resources, focus on defense as well as offense. But you need sentry bombers or vindicators or any form of bomber that you need, but you need the bombers. Build probably about 3 4-2 air yards, and then build and completely fill those with either bombers or vindicators. Once you've done that, separate them out into 2 squadrons, I'd say. 6 as in squadrons. Send 2 squadrons against 2 of the naval yards, and then the remaining 6 against the other 2. Chances are you will lose some because they have anti-air capabilities. So if you want to send all 12 against one set of yards, then I would recommend you use you use 6 or maybe 8 planes to destroy the yard, and then the remaining 4 to destroy any anti-air units in this. Now, you also need to have engineers, and obviously you can't really do that when you're on the sea. So you need to build a base on land, which is on one of these islands that you're going to take out. If you do that, then you have obviously access to land, but you may come under fire. But as soon as you build something on land, as soon as you set up a prospector on land, your ally will also build in that area, and hopefully they will aid in your defense, or at least act as a little distraction. So once you've got the prospector onto a land, you can build a barracks. And with the barracks you build engineers. Engineers are amphibious, so you don't need to worry about building an aircraft on land. I wouldn't do it, you just put it into an extremely vulnerable position. So build about 4 engineers just in case you screw up the first couple of times. For example, it doesn't really tell you that you need to get them in between 30 seconds each. Which is why the first time I sent an engineer in, I had no plans to send a second one in until later on, so obviously that was useless. Now, you can do it either 2 ways in order to get your engineers there. You can set up a land base using amphibious vehicles, but I order my co-commander to do that instead. Or you can airlift in the engineers via your sentry bombers, which you should have now. And that's what I did. Now, with the sentry bombers, you have 2 ways of doing this with the sentry bombers. You either airlift your guy in and hope that he manages to get there before the cannons and that zap him. Or you can destroy the cannons from side with your sentry bombers and then send them in, which is what I did, which may take a little longer than you were hoping for. So, with my sentry bombers, I did experiment slightly in this mission to see what I could do and see how any possible ways that I could reduce the amount of pressure that they're putting on us and the amount of air resistance that we're getting. So there are a lot of generators around because obviously there are a lot of defenses. So I tried destroying a few of the generators to see if that would possibly limit the amount of defenses they have. But after a while I was thinking this is taking far too long. I have a clear path to the enemy, why don't I just finish this quickly? Which is what I eventually did. But I got extremely frustrated in this, especially because obviously it was taking so long. My computer started to lag up because obviously I've got loads of things going on in the background, especially the screen capture and everything. So it started to lag up, and that was not helping my patience at all. So I just got really impatient. keep your calm. Now, what I did was the sentry bombers or vindicators, however you plan to do this, I first of all set them to as like a patrol. I sent them towards each of the generators to scout for defenses, and anything that fired at me I dropped bombs on. I destroyed all the defenses on the way to the generator, because the last thing you want is to have that one plane going down that has your engineering, and that pisses you off so bad. So clear the defenses with your vindicators or sentry bombers. You need sentry bombers in this anyway, so get sentry bombers. Clear the way, and then there are 2 laser cannons either side of the generator. Destroy them, because they don't fire at you, but obviously they'll fire on your land unit. Rinse and repeat for the other side as well. Now, on both sides, you have a problem, and that is, on the right hand side, you have infantry that are there, and they'll probably kill your engineer straight away. And on the left hand side, you have rocket drones, which will kill your infantry when they're landing. So, first things first. We'll start off with the right side, then we'll go on to the left. The right side, infantry. Get your engineer into a sentry bomber. Have a group of about 4, or maybe more if you want, say 6. And send them towards there. Now make them drop their bombs on the infantry below. They won't harm the generator. They don't think they can harm the generator. But make them drop bombs there. And as soon as that happens, drop your engineer. Now send the sentry bombers back to base and leave your engineer there. Don't enter the generator just yet. You can wait. It takes a while before the infantry are produced and sent back. Now the second chance, you can do it either one or 2 ways. Make some aircraft that are anti-aircraft, which I didn't, or get your ally to attack the drones. They have MiGs, which are much better against anti-infantry, and by the time you've done this, they would have built some MiGs to help you protect you against them. So make your ally attack the left base. Now whilst they're doing this, obviously get your other engineer into the sentry bomber and send them towards there. Now when you're over there, powder drop him down, and then send both of your engineers in. That should be able to do it, hopefully. That's how I did this. Little add-on bit as well. Aircraft carriers are very good artillery pieces. They're just the same as dreadnoughts, except what they're doing is they're firing, but they fire with a line of sight. So you can see what they're actually attacking, even though it's about the same distance as a dreadnought. They are very effective just to whittle down enemy defenses and to kill enemy units. So if you want to use aircraft carriers, I would use aircraft carriers. I do use aircraft carriers. Problem being that most of the units you use are the most expensive units, which means you run out of cash pretty quick. Good thing with the aircraft carriers is your ally seems to send you a little guard patrol with them, a couple of MiGs, a couple of bullfrogs. They will protect your aircraft carriers, so you don't really need to do that yourself. Well, I've talked enough here. I'm going to be quiet and let you watch this. I very much doubt you'll watch the whole thing. It's quite a long time. It's embarrassingly long, but I'll join you at the end. Alright, I'm back. That took a damn long time. Well, that was a bloody long time. Next mission is Mount Rushmore, where we have to finally get rid of that crazy American president. See you then. This has been part 14 of Red Alert 3. My name is Unimportant, and see you next time. Alright, I'm back. That took a damn long time. Well, that was a bloody long time. Next mission is Mount Rushmore, where we have to finally get rid of that crazy American president. See you then. This has been part 14 of Red Alert 3. My name is Unimportant, and see you next time.